Alright, so I actually had another video planned, but we had a guest over today, and the conversation about books came up, and you know, things along the lines, boys don't read and girls read romances and boys don't. And this is not the first time I came across that. Like, working in a bookshop really gets at a lot of things, and especially when like school starts, there are like books for getting into school, and we get two versions of them. One is for girls in pink and the other one is for boys in blue, and it is the exact same context. There's not really of a change in there. It's just that the one covers pink and girly and the other one is blue and boyish. And I actually don't really know why, because, you know, it's a child going to school and I don't really think it matters what gender they have, but apparently for some it does. So I decided to sit down and rant about this gender binary in literature. It actually already starts quite early on with children books. Like, wherever people come into the bookshop and they're like, yeah, I'm looking for something for a girl, I'm like, alright, here are all the children books. What are you looking for? And then the people are like, yeah, something with horses and maybe something with fairies and stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with liking fairies and horse stories. It's just that whenever somebody comes and asks for a book for a girl, this is what they're looking for. And if they ask for a book for a boy, they're like, yeah, something adventurous, something where they go on like a quest or something like that. And that's never something with fairies or unicorns. And I don't know, this just kind of became even more clear when I started working in a bookshop, and I just find it weird that apparently boys can't enjoy something about horses and girls can't enjoy something adventurous. And I do know that there's like this shift now that a lot of people are like, if you enjoy something, go for it. But where I come from, this kind of still is not really in the mind of people. A lot of people are still like, yeah, this is not really something boys would read, or this is not really something girls would read. And I always stand there and I wonder, what exactly is it that boys would read or girls would read? Because, you know, being part of one gender identity does not mean you have to enjoy what everyone else in this gender identity enjoys. So, you know, if you identify as female or if you're a girl and you enjoy pirate stories, then, you know, no one can tell you that you shouldn't enjoy it. And the same is if you identify as male or if you're a boy, you can enjoy fairy stories. Like, I don't really think this is an issue, and I don't understand why people are still like, yeah, this is nothing a boy would read, or this is not what a girl would read, because it doesn't really, like, when it comes to literature, I never thought by picking up a book, is this something I as a female should read? I never thought about that. I just look at a book, read the back, and if I find it interesting, I pick it up. If I don't, I don't. But I never wondered if it's for my gender identity. And also, there are so much more genders than just boy and girl or male and female. So what are they gonna do? What should they read if there are only books for boys and girls? I don't know, this it's just like, it's so weird to think about. And then I actually do have a example. I grew up with 3 investigators as a child, which I'm very, very grateful for. I love them. I find them, I still like them, to be honest. I think they're very, very interesting, and I just love the stories, and it's a mystical, and it's about three boys, and something you normally would see as a boys book. And in my country there is this equivalent to it, like this female equivalent called the three exclamation marks, where it's basically three girls solving thefts with a lot of romance in it. There's it's nothing like the three investigators, and I actually have read an article about that one time. I'm not sure if I'll find it. If I do, I can link it. Where people were actually like depicting that, and they're like, so the girls have to find the thief of a lipstick while they have boy issues, and the boys go into haunted castles and solve this entire ghost mystery. I don't know, I just like, why can't the girls do something like that? And again, there's nothing wrong with trying to find a lipstick thief or something like that. It's just, you know, this is audienced for girls, and the three investigators is audienced for boys. But like, maybe a boy would enjoy this lipstick theft more than the haunted house, and maybe the girl would enjoy the haunted house more than a lipstick theft. So I don't know, this is, I don't get it, you know? It's just a weird concept in my eyes, and it doesn't start at the end of your childhood where you can actually choose your own books. It goes on, especially with romance. And we had this conversation. She's happy that her child reads because her son doesn't, and I don't know, somehow we came up with the fact that there are boys reading, and then we were talking about that boys probably wouldn't read romance, and I just don't think that's true. Like, you know, why? I mean, I guess the main audience for romances is still people who identify as female, but that doesn't mean that you as a guy can't take up a romance novel. Like, why aren't you allowed to enjoy something you find cute and something romantic? Like, why can't you read that just because you're a boy? That, I don't know, that entire point was just kind of weird to me, and this kind of was the reason why I make this entire video. Again, there's nothing wrong with liking romances, but you can like romances whether or not you're a girl. Like, I don't really know why people think just because you're a guy you can't enjoy a romance. Like, why not? It is literally about two people falling in love, and it's enjoyable for everyone. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of romance novels, but again, if it's well written, I like it. So, you know, why can't guys? I don't know, that was just so baffling to me to think about that. And then the other point was that boys apparently don't read, and if they read, it's more like non-fiction, and I just, like, why? It just sounds like reading is something girly in a lot of people's eyes. And I also had to think about Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, where he's like, why do you read? Reading is stupid. And I don't know, this again just really showed this, you know, a guy shouldn't read because it's not manly. And it's just so stupid, because I know a lot of people who identify as male who read, and I see a lot of male content creators on BookTube, BookTok, and Bookstagram who read, and it's just so weird to think that there are so many people still thinking that reading is something mainly for girls, and if a guy reads, it's more non-fiction or also sci-fi. And then again, a girl can like romances totally fine, and fantasy too, but I've heard so many people being like, when a girl reads sci-fi, you read sci-fi? Like, it's the weirdest thing in the world that a woman can enjoy a sci-fi novel. I don't know, just all, you know, it's just so strange that there are still people thinking that literature belongs in this gender binary people created in their heads throughout the entire history, because I just don't think it does. You know, you can enjoy whatever novel you enjoy. Like, why can't you read romance because you're a guy? Like, why can't you pick up a book you find interesting just because society tells you that this is not for your gender? This is just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, reading is something you can enjoy whoever you are. You know, if you enjoy reading. If you don't enjoy reading, then you probably won't. But while reading, you can like get to know characters, you get to know new stories, new worlds, new places, so much new. And I just don't think that you can say you're not allowed to experience that because of your gender identity. And again, there are more than just two genders, so it doesn't make sense to try to say this is for boys and this is for girls, because what are the people in between doing? What do they do? Can they read something at all? And I don't know, this just, it doesn't make sense, because there's so many great books, and I don't care whether or not you identify as male, female, non-binary, or anything else. I just think that you should enjoy whatever you enjoy, and if you like reading, you should be able to pick up any book you like without being like frowned upon. Like, I think you should be able to, I don't know, read the Shatter Me series even if you're a guy, because if you enjoy the books, like, why not? Why do people try to tell you what to do? And I don't know, this just came into my head today, and I kind of wanted to put it out there, because I think that reading is something that brings people together. Like, literature is something you will always be able to talk about. Like, throughout history, books or stories, whether or not they're written down, they were always there, and they're such a great way to connect. And I just don't think it's fair to, I don't know, put a gender on literature, because I just don't think it has any. Actually, I have to think about a quote from one of my favorite books. I'm not sure if it's actually in the book or if it's from the film, but it goes something like, books love whoever they open them. And it's from Inkard, and it's so true. Like, books don't care who you are, where you're from, what your background is, what gender you identify as. Books will open up to you, literally, and they won't judge you for who you are. So I just don't think it's fair that we judge people based on the books they read, or we try to like put people into clusters and tell them what to read and what not to read. Yeah. So that's basically it. So that's all I had to say about that. You can leave your own opinions in the comments if you like, and feel free to share this video if you enjoyed it, and I don't know somebody who might want to hear that. And you can again follow me on all social medias. They are all in the description down below, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you in my next one.